Hello, my name's Fran. Welcome to MyBoxingCoach. A couple of months ago, I committed to starting a series of videos called A Week in the Life, to document a week in the life of a boxing coach like me. I'm nothing special, nothing unique. There are people like me all over the country, all over the world, who are doing what we do in this boxing club. I wanted to get one done every week. It's been 2 months since the last one. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, I suppose, as John Lennon said. Anyway, I've got some updates for you. Before we get started, why don't you download your book, The Beginner Boxer Toolkit. 68 pages, packed full of information and insight to help you get your journey underway in boxing. For fitness or for competition, you get a huge amount of help in there. You will not regret downloading that book. It's something you will come back to again and again. There's a link down below and there will be a link at the end. Okay, let's talk about the last couple of months. So progress on the build. The boxing club has been undergoing extension and refurbishment. It's been cripplingly slow. We've had some genuine difficulties. I don't want to dwell too much on them. I suppose the positive thing to do is focus on the things that have been getting done. We're almost there. The great news for me is that we can get our electrician in a week's time, and he will get all of the lighting sorted out, because it's dark now here in the UK. It's dark when we get here, it's dark when we leave. We need good quality lighting, so that I think will be a big step forward. On another score, we've got a big multinational company who are very kindly looking at giving us all of the looking at putting a new floor in, a sort of fitness floor. I mean, this is really lots of money. This is going to be hugely helpful for a club like us, and do all of the coatings on the interior walls, exterior walls, roof. So this will really set us up for years. It would be amazing if this comes off. So we're really hopeful. Hopefully I can bring some really positive news on that in the future. It's very kind of this company to even consider stepping in and helping us. But I think they see what we do, and they want to try and do their bit. In the meantime, I continue to work to raise more funds via grants in order to finish and really make the gym the best it can be. And also we've got our Member of Parliament visiting next week. So he's the MP, the sitting MP for this ward. And that, I think, will be a big plus. He'll get to see the kind of work we do here, and the fact that in this area there's really not much for kids to be invested in, and give them stuff to direct their attention away from hanging around on the streets. We are one of the few things around here. So hopefully I can have a discussion with him and help raise the profile. On a bit more of a sad note, I had to cancel our boxing show. We were due to have a boxing show on the 14th of November. Now our matchmaker Alan, who's one of our coaches, he's been unwell for a while. He's on the road to recovery, but it's going to be a slow recovery, and we've got to support him as much as we can. Now, making a boxing show work in terms of making the matches. So if you get, let's say, 16 boxing fights on a boxing show, it's difficult to do that in the first place, just to get a bill sorted. But what will happen in the week leading up to the show, you will get a lot of churn. So probably 25-30% of those fights will fall through, and you'll have to scamper around looking for other fights to try and make your bill. Now, at that time, I'm going to be busy, would have been busy organising venues, food for officials, organising the officials, or engaging with the venue, getting the ring sorted out. A huge amount of stuff to sort out. I simply could not take on the matchmaking. So I feel a bit down over that, but you can only do what you can do. It was going to be beyond my abilities to do that. So we're looking to get that going again in January, and it's it's one of those things. I think it's just you have to deal with these upsets, I suppose. So that was that. It's been a very busy week in terms of bouts. So last Sunday we had one of our boxers, Ethan, in the championships, and it was quite an afternoon. It was Sunday afternoon. He got weighed in. We knew he was up against a really top class opponent. This kid is a national champion. Ethan's 17, this kid's 18, and it's a really funny age, teenage years. There are some young people who, when they're 16, 17, they're still relatively youthful. There are some kids who are physically strong and they seem to have their adult strength really young. And this opponent, strong, aggressive southpaw, national champion, top class kid, and I knew we were in for a tough evening. So we went through our tactics and how we would do it. You know, this opponent's probably had, I don't know, 50 fights more. Ethan's had like 16, so it was going to be hard. 3-minute rounds. First round, we'd worked some tactics to deal with the southpaw. So, and to give credit to Ethan, he had to work so hard just to compete with this lad. This lad, it's a classic point I always say, the top boxers just do the basics really well. And that's all his opponent was. He was physically strong, but his 1-2s were clean, his jab was crisp, his backhands, everything, his footwork was fantastic, his ability to get in and out. And Ethan had to work so hard in the first round. And I was worrying. I had the towel in my hand right throughout the round. And I got him back to the corner and sat him down. One of the funny things is when I'm in the corner with a boxer, for the first sort of 20 seconds, I won't really talk. All I'll say, I'll pull the waistband out and I'll say, breathe, deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, just to try and get control, to oxygenate, to get as much in, to get that recovery sorted out. But as much as anything, it tells me about the state of mind of the boxer and their physical condition. So if a boxer struggles to just go, just to do a simple breathe in and breathe out, I know that something isn't right. And as I'm saying to Ethan, breathe in, breathe out, and he's just looking at me and he's going, so he's not really listening to my instruction. So I'm kind of like, okay, well, I know he's learning a lot being in with this opponent. Okay, he doesn't win the first round. The opponent wins the first round, but it's not, by no means is it a landslide. Ethan was competitive and tricky, and he did the right things. He's in the eye of the storm. He sought to keep the game plan going, and it's once you're in a boxing ring, it's really easy to be brave. That's why you need cornermen there to look after you. Because once you're in a boxing club, brave, courageous, non-stop is the default setting. It's before you get in the ring that really tests your courage, I think, anyway. That's my view of it. Once you're in the ring, it's kind of like, well, you're in a fight, that's it. End of story, get on with it, you're fighting. And no one's coming, it's you, get on with it. And brave is the easy bit. What's the difficult bit is maintaining technique and maintaining tactics and game plan in the eye of the storm when everything's going up a million miles an hour. Maintaining your discipline and your focus and your ability to execute is what really separates people, not bravery and courage. I think that's a load of rubbish, to be honest with you. Boxers, once they're in the ring, are by definition, by default, they are brave. So he goes out for the second round, and it's kind of the same again. And then about 2 minutes into the round, a kid catches him, bang, on his left hand. Ethan stumbles back to the ropes. Referee issues a count. And I, the towel's there, and I thought, right, next shot, the towel's going in. Come back together, and sure as eggs, bang. So I throw my towel in. Very easy decision to make. I know the boxer, and I know that he's learned all he's going to learn from this contest now. Anything from here on in, he's got no chance of winning it, but anything from here on in is it's unnecessary. But when my towel goes in, then the referee sees the towel and then bizarrely issues a count, and then stops the contest. So it wasn't a retirement, it was marked as a referee stopped contest, which I found a bit odd, to be honest with you, because I think he only issued the count when I threw the towel in. Maybe he didn't want to be seen as playing second fiddle to a lowly corner man like me. It doesn't matter. The same outcome, we had to go and see the doctor, and the doctor gave Ethan 30 days because he took a couple of headshots. Fine. What that means is he can't train, definitely can't spar, and no contest for 30 days. That's how we look after, you know, if Ethan had he did a concussion check, he didn't think he had concussion. But that's how we protect people. Well, yeah, the towel went in, so I earned me money last Sunday. I earned the money that I don't get paid. But all of us who go in corners as boxing coaches, we know this. We've all been in that position, and it's fine. And then on was it Thursday night? Yeah, Thursday night. I had a wonderful thing. We have these things called skills contests. And one of our little boxers, Liam, first time up in front of a crowd, and you have a skills contest. You have 3 rounds, 1.5 minutes each round, and the referee comes to the corner and says, right, in the first round you can only use jabs. So these 2 little kids get in the ring, and they had such a beautiful style, both of them, really lovely, good footwork. Boxed the kids from a gym in the south of Liverpool, a gym called Gemini. Fantastic boxing club. Really produce really high quality coaching, and they produce really good kids. And these 2 just were absolutely amazing. And in the second round, they could throw a lead hand or a backhand. The good thing about the skills bout, it helps kids learn how to be in front of a crowd. It helps them take instruction off a referee. They understand referees. They understand the process of going, getting there, weighing in, seeing a doctor, getting in the ring. So it helps them. And no one wins and no one loses. Both hands get lifted at the end. So that was lovely. It was really nice to see that. And it's Saturday morning, and I'm out again tonight. We've got 3 kids boxing tonight. Got 2 skills bouts and 1 bout. So that's my week. It's been quite a busy week, but we are getting there. And I want to finish on one other point, and it's about development and growth through life. I want to show you something. This is a watercolour picture done by my good friend Lee Jones. He's an artist from Liverpool, and I paid Lee the princely sum of £30. It's Sugar Ray Leonard. I think it's after his knockout of Dave Boy Green, and this was the first ever boxer that Lee did. This was 30 years ago, and I paid £30, and I've always loved that picture. The great Sugar Ray Leonard, one of my idols. So, simple watercolour. A little while ago, a couple of months ago, it was my birthday. And I had a bit of a party in ours, and Lee came along and he brought me a gift. And this is that gift. So, look at that. Let's see if we can get some focus on that. That is Ricky Hatton. Now, this is an artist's proof. Ricky has the original of this. I think this is one of a small number of artist proofs. And I love it. Now, you know, the chrome, it's like that Terminator 2 thing, the chrome arms. And Lee has done a couple of these. He's done one for Usain Bolt. Obviously, the legs are sort of in this liquid metal chrome sort of setup. And he's done it for Chris Hoy, Victoria Pendlebu's famous sports people. And I just love it. But what I love, and here's how the difference between where Lee started 30 years later, where Lee is up to now. So the development and growth as an artist. And what was it Muhammad Ali said? The man who views the world the same when he's 50 as when he was 20 has wasted 30 years. And I love that just because it articulates and shows how Lee has grown as an artist and how we can all grow in our boxing or in life or in, I don't care what it is, parenthood, work, career, any of that stuff. Grow, develop, always be learning, always be looking to do new things in different ways. Amazing. One of my favourite gifts that I've ever received off the wonderful Lee Jones. I'll see if I can find some links for Lee's work. He's not exactly Mr. Social Media, but I think he's trying to be. But I'll try and find some stuff so you can see some of his work. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm going to stop. That's a lot of talking. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least been able to put up with it. If you're still here, well done. Well done. I'll see you in the next one. You look after yourself. Cheers. And don't forget, download your book, The Beginner Boxer Toolkit. Okay, take care.